This week on Street Rodding America Style is the Blacktop Nationals in Wichita, Kansas. 3 days packed full of awesome rides that line the streets. Today we'll take a look at a 1956 Chevy Bel Air, a 1975 Datsun 280Z, a 62 Ford pickup, and a 1936 Ford pickup. These are all coming up next here on Street Rodding American Style.
Support for Street Rodding American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to the development of preventative maintenance services in vehicles for consumers and fleets. In shops all over the world, BG Products provides the driving community with products and services of automotive maintenance. More information can be found on the web at bgfindashop.com. And Ren Radio. Ren Radio can be heard from the web on your computer or smartphone, playing oldies from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Oldies like Elvis, Chuck Berry, and the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but oldies. Ren Radio is online all the time, on the web at wrenradio.net.
They make you look, dream, and sometimes even wish. These are street rods, built or just owned by those who have the same passion. My name is David Wolf, and along with Simon McCormick and Patricia Brown, we travel to admire these passions. These are works of art and are designed with the personality and the ingenuity of the owner in mind. Built in garages, barns, and even under shade trees in communities all across this great land of ours. This is more than just a hobby. This is an addiction. This is Street Rodding American Style.
David.
Yes.
If I get to choose where we're going today,
Right.
I say we go to Blacktop Nationals, baby.
Oh, let's put it to a vote. All in favor, raise your hands.
Booyah!
Welcome to Wichita, Kansas, home of the 5th annual Blacktop Nationals. This car show is more than just a car show, it is an event with hot cars, hot motorcycles, hot temperature, and a whole lot of fun. Today, Cy and David are going to be sifting through all of these cars, and I am going to have some fun myself, so stay tuned.
Okay, Blacktop Nationals, this is awesome. We had a hard time always trying to find what we want to look for because there's so many cars and trucks, and I saw this truck. John, tell me, what are we looking at here?
It's a 1962 unibody Ford truck.
In 1962, Andy Warhol presented his famous painting of a can of soup. The first Walmart discount store is opened by Sam Walton in Bentonville, Arkansas, and Johnny Carson began hosting The Tonight Show.
It was a F100 it started off at.
Let me ask this, what is it now?
Well, now it is stretched, chopped, shaved, and it's got a rat fink theme going to it.
When you say rat fink, what do you mean rat fink?
Well, you know, back in the 60s, a rat fink was very popular, and the motif of this truck was to try to take on that era.
So this is trying to get that era like the old rat fink with the shifter and the big engine coming out of the hood. Do you have the big shifter?
I don't have the big shifter yet.
Is it coming?
Hopefully it's coming. I gotta find it or build it.
Okay, and I know you because John, I've seen the stuff you create. You are really more into Ford Falcons, and I've seen your work on that. So for you to build a shifter like that is nothing for you to do. But did you build this truck also?
No, I have not built this truck.
You didn't?
No, I didn't build this one.
Because that's out of the norm for you.
I know, this is very, very new for me to do it this way. I got this truck 2 days after Christmas last year.
Right.
And it was the
Merry
first.
Christmas.
Yeah, and you know, it's the first time I've gotten something that I didn't have to build from scratch.
Right.
And I like it.
So it was really kind of a stress release.
Yeah.
You didn't have to build it. You didn't have a time frame on it. You just went out there and started driving it.
Yeah, and you know, it's in the middle of winter, and to get a car or a truck like this, awesome.
In the middle of winter, you're not having any problem turning those tires over in the snow, are you?
No, oh no.
How about on the pavement in the summer?
Well, these big tires would be very hard to drive on the snow, but in the summer they hook up pretty good. Let's
How
just say that.
How big are these tires?
These tires are this big each.
This big?
They are.
This big? Because there is hardly any room between those tires in the back end for that differential.
It's all meat.
Now, with all that meat back there, what kind of power plant do you have under the hood to turn those things over with?
It's a 460.
Wait, 460? That is huge under the hood. Did you want a 460?
I did. I mean, for the Rat Fink theme, when you open the hood and just see that huge motor in there that just goes along with the whole thing.
Yes. Let's go back to the body though. You say you chopped it. How much have you chopped?
Well, the gentleman I bought it for chopped it 2 inches, and then it's been stretched and made into an extended cab.
Yeah, because it's a lot deeper. So is it more comfortable now that it's lengthened a little bit in the cab area?
It is. The F1 Ford 50 truck stock, when you're sitting in it, your knees are on the dashboard.
Right.
And right under the steering wheel. So by adding the extra length, you've got plenty of room to kick back and enjoy the ride.
So now you got power, you got comfort. What more does a person want when they're going cruising in this thing, and you have your wife right beside you? I'm looking at, it's not really fender skirts, but this molding that you have around the back tires. Why do you have that all sectioned off?
Well, with the tires being as big as they are, or as large as they are, there's just no way to get them on and off if he was to have a flat. And he made all the cuts and made attachments to where they can be removed.
Okay.
So you can get them big tires off of there.
It makes complete sense.
Yep.
And the way it's standing now, it's low to the ground. Is this a static, or do you have airbags?
It's airbags.
You have airbags actually all the way around.
Yes, and this truck will lower all the way to the ground if I choose.
Right.
I like it about where it's sitting right now.
John, this is a beauty. I imagine it sounds as good as it looks. So can you do me a favor? Can I hear this bad boy?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Richard, it is a fantastic day at Blacktop Nationals, and I am walking, looking at all these fantastic cars, and I come across this awesome pink fire truck. What is this all about?
We're a local chapter with Pink Heels. It's a national organization, and we're out here as part of an event for Blacktop Nationals, and we're going to pull the truck 100 feet and help raise money for cancer.
Okay, pull the truck, like with this rope, nothing else, just manpower or woman power. Yeah?
We have a group of 10. There'll be 10 to a team, that we pull it 100 feet, and then all the proceeds go to help and benefit cancer-related organizations within our area.
Super cool. What a great effort that you guys are doing. And pink heels, now you're obviously not wearing heels. You don't have to pull in heels, do you?
Nope.
No, okay.
Safety first.
Safety first, that's what I say. Not really, but I do sometimes. I'm looking at your cool truck because it really caught my eye. I love all these signatures. What do the signatures mean?
Signatures are those of survivors or those that have lost their battle to cancer. We let them come up and sign a family member sign in memory of a lost one or a survivor. And if a survivor comes up and signs, then we let them ring the bell and in celebration of their survival.
What a neat organization. What great things you guys are doing. I gotta say though, I'm a little antsy to pull this fire truck myself. You think I can do it?
Well, we can give it a try.
I'm small, but I'm scrappy.
You're scrappy.
Yeah, I think I got it.
I think you can do it.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh, David, look! Look what I'm doing! Look! I am a beast! Wait a minute! Okay, truthfully, not as strong as I think I am. However, when it comes to fighting cancer, it definitely takes teamwork.
You wouldn't be able to tell by looking at it, but Noble found his 1956 Chevy in a tree after a tornado took it for a joyride. This Bel Air Sport Coupe is coming up on Street Rotting American Style.
All right, boys and girls, hit the pause button right now. Go get Mama because you want to show her this. This is what you want. It's classic, class, old school, cool. I got its owner right here, Noble. Noble, tell me about this beautiful beast.
Well, I bought the car in 1956.
In 1956, Elvis Presley recorded Heartbreak Hotel for RCA. Buddy Holly recorded Blue Days, Black Nights in Nashville. And the Coasters signed with Atlantic Records.
What is it?
It's a 1956 Chevy Bel Air 2-door hardtop sports coupe. As you look at it right now, it's what you see off the showroom floor in Diamond, Missouri.
So, whoa. What I see is exactly what you got when you drove it off the showroom floor in 1956. It looks like it's been fully restored.
It has been. Every nut, bolt, screw, washer, you name it. If it could be taken apart, I took it apart. so you could have it powder coated and not see a lot of the flaws.
No, well, you said that you powder coat this stuff so you don't notice the flaws, and I'm gonna give you a hard time.
Okay.
Because I'm walking around this thing and I see a little ding in the back bumper.
Okay.
Tell me about that.
Well, there's a story behind that ding. Back in the 70s, I was going to restore the car. I'd taken the front and rear bumpers off of it. The tornado come through in 91.
So Noble, so you're telling me the bumpers survived, but this thing was in a tornado?
It was in a tornado.
What did it do? I mean, did it just...
It mangled it up pretty bad. From the frame, the tops, the
Your
fenders.
original 56, man.
My original 56.
Oh. And you did this out of this mangled mess?
Well, I had to have another car, parts of other cars. Between all of them, then this is what you got out of it.
No, but when I saw this thing, the first time as I walked up to it, I noticed the spokes. Tell me about the wheels, man.
Well, those are actually Corvette, what they call Corvette wheel covers.
Now, you wouldn't have found that off the showroom floor, right?
No, no. That I found them in an antique mall. I'll tell you something about the paint. You ever heard the term zipper more?
No.
My neighbor had a red zipper more. It was about this color.
Yeah.
And the frame of it was about like the color of my frame. When I took my parts over to have this powder coated, he gave me samples of the parts on that zipper more. I took them and had them color matched. And that's where I got the colors from a zipper more.
From a zipper mower.
That's right.
That's awesome. Creativity comes from just look around and what you like catches your eye. If it's a zipper mower, that could paint your car. That's awesome. So what's powering this thing?
It's got a computer in it. It has what they call a tune port fuel injection.
Okay.
And it is computerized with fuel injectors in it. I built the car because I wanted it to be fuel efficient. I wanted to be able to pass the filling stations. I didn't care whether you beat me across the street or not. I could get there just as good, but I didn't have to burn my tires off. I didn't have to spend the extra fuel to get there because I'm a tightwad when it comes to fuel efficiency. So I'm just trying to get, I wanted something I can drive across country and be able to afford to drive.
It's beautiful. I just got one more question for you.
Okay.
Can we hear this bad boy?
Sure.
Fire it up, man.
A hot dog outside, so I decided to come in and cool off. And what did I find? This hot beast, and none other than Chris Carlson and Carlson Hot Rods and his son Drew.
Hey.
Hey guys, how are you?
Great, how you doing?
Good. What is this? This is so awesome. What are you guys doing?
This is a 31 Chevy Coupe that we found in a barn in Rose Hill.
Oh, that's
Been
my
there
favorite
for
story.
30 years.
Uh-huh.
Guy was restoring a sedan and had this as a spare car and was using parts off of it. So we picked it up, brought it back to the shop, had some ideas for it, just stuck it in the corner. We got this great opportunity to come to Blacktop Nationals, said, hey, why don't we chop and section a car while we're here?
So
awesome.
awesome.
I pulled my own car out, because then I can't say no, right?
There you go, there you go. And get a little work done too.
Exactly. And instead of just sitting around and seeing people, I wanted to do some work.
Yes.
Thought it'd be a great opportunity to people see how a chop happens, how a section happens. You don't ever see one sectioned in public. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, and they look mean.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the crowd over here. It is awesome. What a great opportunity for everyone to watch you doing this.
Yep, for sure.
I don't only want to watch. I'd like to put a hand in it too.
We're welding.
And you know what?
And you're an expert welder.
I'm an expert. You taught me everything. Well, Drew might have taught me.
Gum, right?
I have no gum, not today.
All right.
But my Iron Man mask, we are
reunited.
So let's see what we can do. Okay, how's it look? My bang's okay?
All right, bang's okay. There you go. That'll work. Now scoot over a little bit.
Boom. I need a high five on that one.
Woo!
Woo, thank you. Thank you.
You can do one there?
Yeah.
And then marvelous.
Not bad, not bad at all. Okay, I'll just finish the car. You go have some lemonade.
I'm gonna go get a lemonade. See you later.
The focus of Thomas's 36 Ford Rat Rod is its engine compartment. You'll see what we mean next on Street Rotting American Style.
Thomas, I recognize this from about maybe 4 years ago, but you were not the owner at that time. So tell me, what are we looking at right here?
Well, it's a 36 Ford cab.
In 1936, the Studebaker sold for $665. The Zippo lighter was invented, and musician Charlie Daniels was born.
A 1951 Packard straight 8 flathead and a 99 Ford Explorer frame.
Holy cow, where do we start? When you put a title out, what does it say on the title?
Well, unfortunately, it says 2006.
2000, why is it 2006?
Because that's when the guy originally built this.
So you go by when it's originally built, when you put it all together like a mutt?
If you don't have a title for the 36.
Ah, that's interesting. Now, I think what's really catches my attention are two things. It's mainly this front area. It's that engine compartment. This straight 8. It's a flathead straight 8.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see those very much?
I've never seen another one.
No,
except in old restored cars, not rat rods.
So what attracted you to buy this car?
That engine.
That engine. It was that engine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you get a lot of people looking at this car because of that, or is there something else that draws their attention to this vehicle?
Well, rats seem to draw people's attention, but that engine, with the new exhaust and stuff, draws even more attention.
Okay, yes, and you said a new exhaust, because that exhaust is completely different. It is an split exhaust, but it comes on the top. What do you call that?
Comb-over exhaust.
That's a comb-over exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I can see it. I think it's a great way. Is that your own term?
Yeah.
I think you coined it.
I wanted it to sound like a V8.
Right.
So we did a little research on the firing order of various V8s. It's amazing how many different ones fire differently. But it worked out with a 302 Ford that I could use the front 4 cylinders and the rear 4 cylinders, so it made it a lot easier to do.
Really?
Yep.
Now here's the other thing about it that I think is really interesting in the exhaust. You have dumps on this. You created those dumps.
Right.
But it's not a electric solenoid dump. It's mechanical. How does that work?
Well, everybody said the electric ones burn up too quick. So I just got a lever inside, just on or off.
So you push it down, and no longer does it go through the exhaust of the mufflers. It's bypassing the mufflers coming out the side.
Right.
You bring it up, and now it's legal.
Yep. Sounds like Grandma's car then.
How often are you Grandma's car?
Not very often.
What attracted you to a rat rod?
Well, I just got tired of going to shows without something to drive myself until I found what I really wanted.
Right.
But now I'm trying to build what I really wanted, so.
This is cool, because I know you bought it already somewhat pretty much built, but you have put your own personality into it. Not just a paint or a changing out a pinstriping here and there. You did some really fun stuff with the Comor exhaust and also the mechanical dumps. What else have you done to this?
Well, I did the intakes. It had 2 1-barrels on it. It got 9 miles a gallon. Got 2 2-barrels on it, now it gets 11.
Okay, wait.
Go figure.
So you said he had just 2 single barrels, now you're using 2 barrels. And you get better gas mileage.
Yep.
Why?
Got me.
And how much, what's the gas mileage?
11.
It's because of the Packard?
Well, it's only 288 cubes.
But that doesn't seem like it'd be robbing that much gas.
You know, I don't know, they're thirsty.
Yeah, they're thirsty.
Plus that engine weighs 1,000 pounds.
Does it really? Oh, there's a lot of weight there just in that engine.
Yeah.
The
whole car is only 2,480.
And almost half of it is that engine. Can you do me one favor? Can I hear this bad boy?
You bet.
With the open dumps.
Yeah. You want me to fire it up in Grandma's stage and then open it up to mine?
Let's do that.
All right.
Okay, so I love the welding, but I think I'm ready to cut too.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
In this section, what we had to do at the back is I got to lean that in. So we
Okay.
got to pie cut this to make these line up.
All right.
So what we're going to do is we're going to split this right down the side. We're going to cut it across there and we're going to lean it in.
Lean it in so then the body lines
And then the
line
body
up.
line will line up perfect.
Okay, but I cut all the way through?
You cut all the way through the metal, straight down to here.
Okay, now what if I screw this one up?
I weld it back together.
Okay, that's easy.
Actually, I'll make you weld it back together because you know how to weld now.
He trusts me. Nice. Okay, so start here at the bottom, all the way up. All right, I got this.
I'll put a sign on it when it's finished.
Patricia cut this. I am not responsible for.
See?
All right. The spark's gonna hurt my shoes?
No.
Okay.
Maybe your hand, but not your shoes. The shoes will be okay. Okay, now flick that thing. You got it.
Nicely done. There you go.
You got
Oh, and a little dirty.
You got to come see us and get dirty.
Yes. Always,
All right.
always a pleasure with you, Chris. So much fun. Can't wait to see what this is gonna, the finished product, what this is gonna look like.
Believe it or not, Larry drives this Datsun 280Z to work. In a perfect world for this ride, Larry's work would only be a quarter mile straight down the road. Check it out next on Street Rotting American Style.
You guys remember back in high school, and you're like, hey, Mom, I would go out and hang out with Larry for a while. And she's like, no, you can't hang out with Larry because he's that guy with that car, isn't he? Well, I found him. This is Larry. This is his Datsun on steroids. And holy cow, I can't wait to find out more about it. Larry, you're nuts, man. What have you done to this thing?
Well, it's a 75 Datsun.
In 1975, Jimmy Hoffa, ex-Teamsters boss, disappeared, never to be seen again. Bic launches the first disposable razor, and Young Frankenstein was a big hit at the movies.
This is a 75 Datsun, not a Nissan 280Z.
No, Datsun. It was Datsun then.
Okay, so this isn't what it looked like, dude.
No. The only thing Datsun on it now is the eggshell.
Yeah.
Just the back half.
Just the shell.
Just the shell.
Even the front is totally remodeled.
Yeah, the whole front end is fiberglass. It's got a full tube chassis on it. 4-link, A-arms.
But that right there, you see that, and when I saw you building this thing on Facebook, and I saw that, and you just had a cowl on it before you didn't have the blower on there, and I'm like, that dude's nuts. And then, look what you've done. You got an 871 on there.
Yes.
On a small block.
Yeah.
So, this is street legal?
Yeah.
You drive this on the street?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Drove it down here from Hayesville.
From Hayesville?
Uh-huh.
And you're taking it to work and stuff?
I have drove it occasionally, once or twice.
Dude, it is street legal. So what makes it street legal? You gotta have mirrors.
You gotta have mirrors, all your lights, turn signals, headlights, seat belts, just pretty much wipers. You gotta have wipers.
So tell me about the motor. What are we looking at?
Well, it's a 434 small block, built after a small block Chevy.
Right.
There's not a GM part on it. It's pretty much all aftermarket parts.
It's a race motor.
Yeah, it's a race motor.
And you got an 871 blower on there.
871 blower.
So how many horses are we getting with 10 pounds of boost?
Almost 1,000.
1,000 horsepower.
Almost 1,000.
In this itty bitty little toy box. Dude, 1,000 horsepower. Are you kind of scared?
Well, you got to be careful how you drive it,
How have you had your foot in it yet?
A little bit, but I haven't had a chance to get it on sticky pavement yet.
So it's not hooking up?
Well, if you're going 30 or 40 and nailing it, it hooks pretty good. But
I bet it'll break them loose at 30 or 40, no problem.
Yeah, it would if you put your foot in it.
Larry, I'm looking at the interior of this thing, and it looks like you got a stock dashboard, but it looks like you've maybe taken co-ownership in the gauge company that you bought all these gauges from. How do you know what is all this?
Well, whenever you build it, you get pretty familiar with it.
Yeah. Is there like an altimeter or something? Because it looks like this thing's going to take flight.
No, I don't have an altimeter, but...
Why the tow hitch receiver on the back?
Well, if I ever go on drag week, you got to have a trailer, because it's obvious I can't put much on the inside of it. And then I can use it for a parachute mount too.
Because there's a rule, as soon as you get over to a certain speed, you got to have
150 mile an hour as of today, I believe, is what the rules are.
So we're expecting with 1,000 horsepower, you've got it geared set up. So what's your gear setup?
It's got 370 gear in it. Yeah.
So we may be getting up there to where we're gonna have to consider putting a chute on the back of this bad boy.
Yeah.
I got one more question, and I cannot wait. Let's hear this bad boy.
Okay.
Fire it up, man.
Yeah.
As always, Si, Blacktop Nationals never lets us down.
That place is legit.
I know. What did you find?
All right, I found this dude in Noble.
Right.
He's got a 56 completely restored Chevy Bel Air, completely restored. Beautiful car. So the story behind this thing is after it was in a tornado,
right,
this guy finds it in a tree, completely restored. Oh, dude, it was crazy. Then I find Larry's Datsun 280Z, and I lost it. This thing, I had a hard time seeing it. Yeah,
I saw that thing.
You can't even find the car because it's all engine just sticking out. It was awesome. What'd you find, man?
I found a 62 Ford pickup. I mean, at first it was the stance that I noticed, but then I saw the tunnel ramps and the tub rear end.
That thing's sweet, man.
Yeah. From there, I saw Thomas's Rat Rod Ford. His imagination on exhaust and mechanical dumps were just completely awesome.
Dude, I love it when those guys get so imaginative and they throw in these creations, just awesome. And if you guys want to see more imagination when it comes to street rodding, join us next week and see what's going on and see why street rodding is more than just a hobby.
It is an addiction.
Booyah!
Support for Street Rodding American Style is provided in part by BG Products Incorporated. BG Products Incorporated is dedicated to the development of preventative maintenance services in vehicles for consumers and fleets. In shops all over the world, BG Products provides the driving community with products and services of automotive maintenance. More information can be found on the web at bgfindashop.com. And Ren Radio. Ren Radio can be heard from the web on your computer or smartphone, playing oldies from the 50s, 60s, and early 70s. Oldies like Elvis, Chuck Berry, and the Skyliners, and many more. Nothing but oldies. Ren Radio is online all the time, on the web at wrenradio.net.